I forgot to think about the fact that this is a basement and therefore the moisture stays here for a longer time. The plaster is not really dry enough to go with the sponge yet, but I'm afraid if I wait for tomorrow it will be too dry. Again, it's just a heating room, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But I'm glad this isn't the result upstairs. But in the end it's way better than it was before. And you could argue it was a waste of time to do it when it is just a heating room, but I really think it's a good idea. It's nice to have a clean wall, in my opinion. Believe it or not, but the carrots I picked earlier are actually in this meat sauce for the lasagna. I just forgot to film it.
Den er virkelig god mulle.
Det tror jeg også. Nej, det er for god. Jeg synes, mig selv. Men jeg skåler så lige.
Det er så godt.
Nej. Men det er jo stadig den kun på at tage en skive med. The tomatoes have started sprouting, so I'm moving them into the sun because so they can grow a little bit faster. I feel like I'm a little bit behind. You can already start planting them out in May when it's 100% sure you're not below 10 degrees during the night. So I want to move them out here in the sun so they can grow faster, the small sprouts. I also think there's some peppers and a couple of pumpkins, so there's already something, and the spinach is just going in the raised garden bed. So it's nice to see some of the vegetables coming out.
Så er altså gratis underholdning.
Jamen det er jo bare godt.
Bumstærk far.
Okay.
Der løfter jorden ned i huller. Hæftigt vildt.
Skal jeg heller ikke glemme, at jeg har allerede en gang gravet det op af hullerne.
Nå nej, det er smart.
Hvad laver jeg? Hvad laver jeg?
Squeeze. Og hvad kommer så efter ryggen? Ja, det er skuldrene. Ja. Og hvad kommer efter skuldrene? Præcis, det er overarmene. Ja. Og hvad er efter overarmene? Kan du huske det? Hvad for noget? Det er nemlig albuerne.
Oj! Hej Hans! And that should be the hardest part of the fence done. I've just gotten an email saying that the fence will be here Monday, so I can put it on then, and then it should be done. Still need to make a gate for the vegetable garden, but I have an idea in mind that's pretty simple, I think. I always say that, but it should be fine. But in the corners I should probably put some 45-degree angles poles to make it even stronger, especially at the gate when you only have one direction. And I'm putting a wire on top and in the middle and the bottom to strengthen the whole fence better, so very important in the corners. All the fence poles are in. I just need the 45-degree angle stabilizers in the corners. That's pretty much it. So hardest part should be done. I'm pretty happy with the result. The height of the poles vary a little bit, but it's because it hasn't been the same depth on all the holes, and I wanted to take full use of the depth we've done. I don't think it'll hurt the fence that at some places there will be missing 10 centimeters of pole, because the fence is 1.5 meters high and some of the poles are at 140 now, but in my opinion it's okay. It should be fine with the extra strengthening wires. I'll just put them, the highest one, I'll put in the height of the lowest pole, the top of the lowest pole, so that should be fine. I plastered the wall where the puffer tank and our heating source is going to be, our wood stove and pellet stove. It's 2 in 1. I'm very excited to use that during this winter, where I should be finished with the house, at least the bathroom, so we can live there. That's another story, but some good news about that in that regard is that the plumbers are coming Tuesday, so under a week. I'm very excited to both film that and see that. I can't help because you need to be authorized, so it's not like a mason or a carpenter. I can't really help because, and I want it to be done correctly so I don't have any problems in the future if something goes wrong. But there's also a little bit of a downside to them beginning, is that Stine and I will soon start work. Not that I'm down about that I have to start working, it's just that I can't film it, so I hope to be able to coordinate with the plumbers that where you're going to be working today, and then just put the camera in the corner and put it on time lapse, so I don't miss a thing without being there. So hopefully that will be a good solution. And I made a lasagna, forgot to film it, but I made it with our own carrots, so I had to include what I could when I finally remembered to film it. And what else? I don't think there's there's a little bit of a positive. We were at the bar. Sometimes on Saturdays and weekends we go have a coffee at our favorite place, and they had a lot of eggs running on date. We're getting too old by the date of them, so we got a lot of free eggs. I've never been afraid of an extension date on food, as long as it smells good. Hard to smell an egg, but reminds me of our time back in Denmark when I used to go dumpster diving to save money. It's nice that food doesn't go to waste. Not much else to say then. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully a lot of progress with the plumbers.